Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen Healthy Fine Dining Series. I'm your host, Nicole Gaffney, and we're here today with the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau, along with St. Luke's University Health Network, where we're bringing together doctors and chefs to create healthy new menu options to be featured at their restaurants. Joining me in the kitchen today is Chef Lyman, winner of the Frogtown Chophouse, along with Dr. Robert Malcolm. Welcome, both of you.
How are we doing?
Good. Thanks for being in the kitchen today.
It's so exciting to be here, Nicole.
It's great to have you guys here today. So what are we making?
So today we're going to do a spicy crab stuffed salmon. I'm going to top it with an avocado and fresh tomato salad, and then we're going to roast off some tricolor fingerling potatoes.
That sounds amazing. So let's get started.
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's do it. So this is one of the coolest things I ever saw, probably 5 years ago.
Okay.
This is filleting this salmon without a knife.
Really?
Yes.
Like taking the flesh of the salmon away from the skin?
Taking the skin away from the salmon. I'm going to cheat a little bit with a knife, so we're going to start right here. But when you're talking about food cost and food waste, we don't want to waste any of this salmon, and we don't want to leave any of the flesh on the skin. So we're going to give it a little start right here.
All right, so you're just cutting it really flush against the skin.
Yeah, really flush here. Now, I could do this the whole way down, but it takes a little longer and some more effort. Now, so a chef friend of mine showed me this, and it blew my mind. If it doesn't blow your mind, just at least pretend that it's very exciting, all right? So we're going to practice our ninja skills this morning. Look at this.
Whoa!
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Seriously.
Look at that, nice and clean.
That's amazing. That's perfectly clean. There's no salmon left on that.
That's right. See that? Oh, the skin comes off real nice.
Wow. Does this work with any fish or just salmon?
Yes, it could work with other fish along the line, you know, Arctic char, things like that, you know, along the lines of salmon. Yes, it will work that way. I haven't tried it with numerous fish, but
it's worth experimenting.
Right, it's definitely
for sure.
worth experimenting. When I saw that, I was just blown away. So let me clean this up for a second. I'm going to get fresh gloves on, and then we'll keep going.
Sure
all right?
thing. I'm going to chat with the doctor for a little bit. So, Dr. Malcolm, nice to have you on the show today. Nice to have you back for a second time.
Oh, thank you. I had such a fun time last time.
We had so much fun. Well, let's talk about what you do. You're a gastroenterologist. Tell me about what that is and who should see a gastro.
So gastroenterology is the science behind the digestive health system. So we take care of all patients and how they eat, how they digest their food, and how they properly absorb their nutrients.
Sure.
So most commonly, about everybody that gets a colonoscopy at age 50 comes to see a gastroenterologist because I'm the doctor that does the colonoscopy to look for polyps that can grow into colon cancer.
Sure.
But we really see all patients that have any digestive symptom. And the most common diseases that we treat are acid reflux, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. We help prevent colon cancer, and we take care of the pancreas and the liver.
So you do a lot.
We really do. We take care of the whole system.
You have your hands full, that's for sure.
We do.
All right, well, we'll chat more about that in a minute. Let's get back to the salmon.
Yes. All right. So we're going to set up some of this. And this, you know, in the restaurant world, when I clean this up, these all become little niblets for my team.
Snacks.
Yeah, we roast that off. It gets crispy, right? So we'll set that aside.
Nice.
We'll throw it on the pan. So we're going to look for like an 8-ounce portion. I don't have a scale, but let's just eye it up here, okay?
That's a nice size dinner portion.
Yeah, it's a nice dinner portion. It's actually going to be a nice, healthy size portion, no pun intended, because we're going to stuff it with a couple ounces of crab meat.
Sure.
So today we're looking at a really low-fat meal, high in fiber.
And this is going to be featured on your menu at the Frogtown
I feature this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great go-to feature. So look at all these portions we're going to get out of here.
And it's going to be featured in conjunction with the St. Luke's Heart Healthy menu, which I think is awesome.
All right, we're going to set some of this
aside. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a nice big piece and we're going to make a little pocket.
Okay.
All right, we'll get our salmon all prepared. So we're going to just cut with a sharp knife.
So you go right in through the side
right into the middle here. So I'm making a little envelope pocket here.
Yeah.
So we'll make a couple of these here real quick.
Okay.
Because I brought a bunch of crab with me today. And we're going to use claw meat.
So my name is Robert Malcolm. I'm a gastroenterologist at St. Luke's University Health Network. Gastroenterology is the medicine of the digestive system. So we take care of all of the parts of the body that help you digest your food and absorb your nutrients. We treat heartburn, nausea, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and constipation. And the diseases that we actually treat are gastroesophageal reflux disease or acid reflux, gallstones and gallbladder problems, liver problems, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, celiac disease, and we help prevent colon cancer.
Now, do you like to cook it all at home?
I do. We like to eat our heart healthy diet as well. Like to make a lot of fruits and vegetables. I always try to recommend a high fiber diet to all my patients.
Do you?
Because it really promotes a good gut health. It helps promote gastrointestinal microflora, and that's how we digest all our nutrients, absorb all our foods. You know, I always tell my patients that good food can be great food therapy.
That's great.
All right, so back on this side, we're gonna start putting together some of our other ingredients for the dish. I have the crab meat here.
And that's a lot of crab meat.
Yeah, it's a pound, so we'll see. We'll make something else out of it. We'll use up everything. All right, so a chili sauce. This is one of America's favorite chili sauces.
Okay.
All right. I am okay with some spice in this dish because we're gonna, you know, really balance it out with these tomatoes and the avocado and everything.
Are you cool with spicy food?
Oh yeah, why not? As long as I'm not having any reflux today.
So we're gonna make that up. We're gonna keep it simple here.
Nice.
There's already some salt in this chili sauce, so I'm not gonna add any more flavor than this.
Smells good already.
Yeah, right? I love that smell. So I'm gonna move back over here. I'm gonna stuff this and get this set off to the side while we get our pan hot and get everything going.
Okay. Now, Doc, you talked about gut health earlier. That's a word or a phrase that we hear so commonly anymore. Can you talk to me a little bit about what that means and how it relates to the foods that we eat?
Yeah, so it's huge right now. So a lot of our latest research in the field of gastroenterology shows that the foods that we eat helps kill or promote certain bacteria species in our bowel.
Right.
And these bacteria species are what gives us the symptoms of diarrhea, bloating, abdominal pain, and can lead to certain diseases such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis.
Right.
So a lot of research is about how these foods that we eat promote a healthy gut flora. So like I was saying before, at home myself, we like to eat a high fiber diet. So fiber foods promote healthy gut flora. Fiber foods are mostly fruits and vegetables, but also cereals and grains.
Okay.
So for example, in today's diet, in today's recipe, we're going to be cooking with cilantro, tomatoes, and avocado. All of those foods are really good for our microflora.
Awesome. So you're just taking some of that crab mixture and stuffing it right into that pocket.
I'm going to stuff it right in here.
And it looks like you're really stuffing it in there. Is there a risk of overstuffing?
I don't think there's a risk of overstuffing with crab meat. You know, crab meat is something that you can just eat a bunch of.
Can't argue with that.
All right, so I'm going to clean up again. We're going to bring these over. We're going to sear them and finish them in the oven.
Great.
I'll meet you back on the other side after I wash my hands again.
Okay, sounds good. So we talked about all of the important stuff to do with gastroenterology. Now I want to talk to you a little bit more about what you just like to do at home in your free time. I'm sure you don't have much free time anymore because you do have 2 brand new baby twins at home.
I do. I just welcomed home 2 6-month-old twins.
Congratulations.
And they're doing great. So they really do take up a lot of my time.
I can only imagine.
But trying to get healthy food starts for them. We just started feeding them solids, you know, fruits and vegetables.
Right.
You know, making a lot of baby foods at home.
That's great.
So we're really excited about that.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
So
beautiful purple potatoes.
The color of that, right? I wish that, you know, they lose a little bit of that in the baking process, but they start as really this bright, beautiful
and so many more nutrients in there too from that color.
Yeah, fingerlings are great. And you know, anytime you add color to the food, you're adding vitamins and nutrients and you know, all kinds of good stuff for your body. So, Doc, if you want to just slice these a little bit like this, it's fantastic.
Show off those cooking skills.
There it is. Grab a couple of them, mix them up, and just throw them right into this bowl here, all right? Oh, look at that.
I'm a pro.
Yeah, you're hired.
A lot of practice
What
at
are you
home.
doing Saturday night? The restaurant's busy. Yeah. You're in. All right, Nicole, if you could hand me one more knife there, I'll start working on this avocado.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to break down this avocado and start making our salad to go on top. I think everyone's seen this, right? Break it open. We're going to get the pit out of here.
That avocado looks perfectly ripe.
Yeah.
I mean, the window for a perfectly ripe avocado is about 30 seconds.
Right?
So.
And they felt really good. They felt really good when I picked them up in the produce department.
Yeah.
So I felt good about them. But you know, avocados can be tricky. You can open them up and they cannot be. I mean, but those
another perfect
I mean,
one.
as good as they get. So.
What is your tip for picking a good ripe avocado?
Oh man, luck.
Yeah.
Is that a tip? I don't know if that's a tip. Well, we don't need all this avocado.
Is it supposed to be firm on the outside or soft on
the outside?
No, you feel it. When I go to the grocery store?
when you push it, it's just got that little
Just a
give
little bit of
in
a
there.
give.
You don't want it too firm, or the inside is firm. And then you don't want it too soft, or you get brown and it's too soft and just not. This actually is like an ideal avocado right here. If you wouldn't mind handing me one of those spoons there.
The national government has recommendations about the prevention of colon cancer, and we want all our patients above the age of 50 to have a colonoscopy. And during that colonoscopy, we look for polyps that can grow and mutate into colon cancer over about a decade. Well, most patients come to see a gastroenterologist when they turn 50, and they're told by their primary care physician to have their colonoscopy to look for polyps to prevent colon cancer. But digestive problems are very common, okay? So we see a lot of patients for an assortment of symptoms, such as acid reflux, heartburn, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and constipation.
So we're gonna slide. I'm gonna go back and forth here a little bit. Let's get our potatoes off the board here. Slide these in. Wow, they look great. Super excited.
So pretty.
Yeah. All right. This is just, if you wouldn't mind, a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. I actually have, this is our house grill seasoning there. That would work too.
Oh,
a little
nice.
bit of that seasoning. That's just onion powder, garlic powder, kosher salt, black pepper, and dry thyme. We'll get the salad going here. So I'm going to get the avocado out.
Wow, you're good at scooping that out.
Thank
I
you.
need to learn that.
Well, you know what? This nice big spoon sort of contours the shape of the avocado skin there, and we just pop it out. All right. And then we're gonna have these tomatoes.
Beautiful tomatoes.
These are out of a friend's garden. They're just kind of, you know, ugly tomatoes that are gonna taste beautiful.
Right on the vine.
You know,
the ugliest tomatoes are always the best tasting.
I picked some of these out. They weren't quite the ugliest, but they looked like sort of the nicest and in shape. But he brings over a big bucket full of tomatoes, and some of them are big and ugly and sweet and
you're lucky.
Tasty. Oh, it's amazing. Sometimes when they're really green, we'll fry them up. We'll just lightly bread them a little bit and fry them, so we have a fresh fried green tomato.
Nice little family meal.
Here? Let me steal this. Yeah.
So how are things over at the Frogtown Chophouse? Tell me about the restaurant.
Things are going great, going very well. We're having a great summer.
Perfect.
This is the Chop Live is our Facebook Live show on Thursdays. My partner Eric and I do it. It's really just a community outreach where we bring small business owners together and we talk about their business and our business and have a lot of fun.
Nice.
It's on Facebook if you ever want to check it out.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's just really promoting other businesses and stuff.
That's really great.
And we do a lot of goofy stuff. Yeah, look at this tomato.
I
mean,
love like the
cool
green stripes that run throughout it.
Right?
It's beautiful.
Such amazing colors.
I know. And now the Frogtown Chophouse, worth mentioning, it is in the Poconos.
In the Poconos,
talk about being part of that community.
I love the Poconos. I've lived all over the country. I lived in Baltimore. I lived outside of Philly. I went to school out in Shippensburg in central Pennsylvania. And I love the Poconos. It's so diverse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of culture that comes in there, a lot of tourism, which, you know, I love because that's my business is feeding, you know, tourists and locals alike. And it's really growing. We're in a really booming time, which is exciting for all of us as small business owners.
For sure.
More water parks, I say bring them on. More water parks equals more families, more parents that want to go out to dinner.
Absolutely.
And we are family friendly, you know. So, all right, we're going to throw all this in. We're going to keep it just sort of straightforward and simple and keep it moving here. We're going to add some onions, some of our ingredients that we know that we're going to get that are going to work well in this dish. So I'm going to cut this.
We got 10 minutes. Do you want me to do anything with these potatoes?
Yeah, let's throw them in the oven.
One of these sheet pans?
Yeah, here, let's spray it and throw them in the oven. That'll probably take, oh, we're good. Olive oil there.
How do you want me to cut this lime?
Just cut it right in half and squeeze it in there. Let's sear this a little bit.
Do you want both halves or just one?
Yeah, put both halves in there. We might even add more. Once we get this stuff in the oven, we'll decide where we're at.
And you said this dish is always on your menu, correct?
It's not always on the menu, but I feature it very often.
Yeah.
This is like a go-to feature. Just watch out for this some of that hot oil.
Now, will that crab cook inside that fish?
That crab is fully pasteurized crab, so it is cooked. You can eat it right out of the can. It is challenging to work with fresh crab, so typically we use the pasteurized canned crab meat. All right, what else do we got going in here? So you got lime juice in there, plenty of lime juice. We're gonna throw some cilantro in there.
So this is almost like a salsa, like a really fresh
little.
avocado.
You know, I want you to take a bite of this and imagine your toes in the sand, down at like Cozumel or something. Right, take you right down to the beach. I mean, we're leaving summertime, but let's take one more shot back at it, right?
I'll never not say no to that.
St. Luke's University Health Network is a great health network. We're on the cutting edge of all advanced types of medicine. We're treating patients with respect. We're making it easy to be cared for in our network. And we're helping our patients live a happier, healthy, more active life.
My name is Jim Hamill, and I'm the Director of Public Relations for the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. I'm in charge of spreading the message of all that's happening in the Poconos. We have turned into a large destination for people throughout the major metros, from New York to Philly to Baltimore to DC, to come and recreate, to come and relax and spend time at family resorts and really get a sense of space in the Pocono Mountains. 2,400 square miles of nature.
One last thing, we're gonna throw a little red onion in here. Because I like that bite. I don't know, something about onions feel healthy.
Yum.
Yeah, definitely. They're great for keeping away colds and flu. I try to eat as many of them as I can before we go
back
into
to school season is cold and flu season.
Yeah, your kids might have bad garlic breath when they go to school, but they won't get sick.
Right. All right, and I think our little avocado salad here is done.
Awesome. So simple. I love the simplicity of it.
Right.
A lot of great flavors in there.
Definitely.
All right. Get this stuff out of the way.
So how long will the salmon take in the pan? You said you also finish that in the oven?
You know, the salmon in the pan, whenever I do something in the pan, a lot of that is just for flavor, developing
just
that
to get
caramelization.
That brown.
Yeah, it's not a full cooking process that we're looking at here. It's more about just getting that color that we want. So we're going to take a look at that real soon. If you want to actually flip those, it'd be great.
Like a professional.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
None of the crab came out.
I'm like, don't break it. Don't break it. Nope.
I don't think, just.
I don't know. I'm going to try this one.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
There we go.
Good job.
Ta-da!
That salad is getting yummier and yummier.
Yeah, and I like to
Thursday.
mix it a little bit, a little vigorously. It sort of breaks down the fats in the avocado.
Yeah, it gets
makes it a little creamy. Yeah, exactly. Wow, we're like right there today.
Totally, we always are.
All right, let's get these salmon in the oven. Yep.
Okay.
This is just a light spray on here, just to keep that salmon from sticking.
Now,
We got a
just
nice
leave it
hot
in the
oven.
pan?
You could. I don't know if you get to the center of it if you leave it in the oven.
okay.
Is probably my biggest concern would be not getting it fully hot.
Okay.
And I don't mind salmon not being fully cooked. No, there's a double negative. So I don't mind if the salmon is a little less than fully cooked in the middle.
Sure.
Doesn't bother me. Nice hot oven. We're gonna let this ride for a couple minutes in here.
Okay, great.
All right.
So is the bulk of the salmon cooking on the pan or in the oven?
I'd say the bulk of it is in the oven. That's just developing some flavor, some caramelization on the flesh of the salmon, and getting that sort of rich flavor on the top of it for those first
So if
couple
you put it in the oven without browning it first, it would
You
never
could.
really get that on top, right?
It
would
wouldn't
just be
get
kinda
that
blonde.
color right. From here, it looks like the salmon's good. The potatoes are ready. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna set it up here, and we're gonna get it on a plate. Let me set it here.
Smells great.
So colorful.
Yeah. Wow.
It
These
smells
look
so good.
awesome.
Cool, right?
Perfect.
Yeah, really excited about this plate. Great colors, great balance of the protein, fiber, and fat. Let me grab my plate here. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Let's get this one. Grab some of these potatoes.
Nice. Get even more height on there.
Yeah, Doc, if you want to hand me that
Yeah, don't forget about this
salad,
salad.
right? And we're gonna just go right over top with this and let it sort of fall down. I see Chef Nicole over there reading my mind a little bit.
It's been a lot of mind reading today.
I like that. All right. Fantastic. I'm super excited.
That looks delicious.
Yeah, awesome.
This looks so good. I'm very excited to taste it.
Thank
you guys
you,
all have
yeah.
to get in there with me, so
Let's dig in.
Wow.
Get some of the spice and the lime together. Let's
All
try
those
that.
yummy, healthy flavors.
I know. So much flavor, like you said, and such a healthy dish. This really is tasty. The potatoes are nice and crispy. That spicy crab filling is so delicious. The salmon's cooked perfectly. And then you've got that light, bright avocado tomato salsa over top. It's so good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go in for another bite.
Yeah.